Here's another problem for you. Okay, notice it says x to the fifth natural log of x dx. Okay, so notice this isn't u substitution, and I'll show you. When you cover up this part over here, the derivative of x to the fifth power is 5x to the fourth. Now when I raise my hand, if it says 5x to the fourth, maybe we'd be in business for u substitution, but it doesn't say that. Okay, watch this. The derivative of the natural log of x is 1 over x. So when I lift my fingers, I should see 1 over x, but I don't. So this isn't u substitution. Okay, so we're going to have to instead use integration by part, which says the integral of u dv equals uv minus the integral of v du. Okay? So, let's see. I'm going to go over here and set up my table. My u equals, my du equals, then over here, my v equals, and my dv equals. Alright, so I'm going to give you a suggestion that you should find helpful. General rule of thumb, if you have a natural log, then that is u. If ln, that's your u. Okay, so 9 times out of 10, that's going to be the case in this particular class. If e dx, that's going to be your dv. Alright, please make note of these suggestions. Alright, so let me try that. So that means my u should be this natural log of x. So ln of x. And my dv is the rest of it. X to the fifth dx. Okay? So my du, the derivative of natural log of x is 1 over x times the derivative of what I have down here, which is a 1. And then the antiderivative of x to the fifth dx. Notice this is what we've been talking about thus far. Let me zoom in so you can see that. Add 1 to the power, so this is x to the sixth power. Divide by your new power, which is 6. Okay, notice I'm not putting a plus c. For this process, it doesn't require that. Okay, so I should have everything. Again, the natural log is your u, derivative is 1 over x. dv is x to the fifth, antiderivative x to the sixth over 6. Okay, so let me zoom out. Okay, so then, when we take the antiderivative of x to the fifth, natural log of x dx, this should equal, let's see, my u is, there we go, it's plug and chug, natural log of x, times my, I think I'm going to run out of space, v, which is x to the 6 over 6, minus my v, which is x, the antiderivative rather, of my v, which is x to the 6 over 6, times my du, which is 1 over x. dx. I keep doing that. This should have a dx at the end. Right here. Let me show you that because I don't want you to make that mistake. Okay, with these derivatives, you have to acknowledge that you did take the derivative with respect to x. Okay, let me zoom in so that you can see what I've done. Put a parenthesis here. Okay. Now with the last problem, I said you need to smash these together. Don't do anything else. Okay, if you saw the Avengers movie recently, Hulk smash. You want to smash them together. You want to simplify this as much as you can before you take the antiderivative because it may give you a hint. Alright, so I'm going to do exactly that in my next step. So this equals the natural log of x, let's see, x is 6 over 6, like that, minus the antiderivative, I'm going to multiply straight across, x to the 6th power, all over 6x. dx, like that. I'm going to keep going. So this equals x to the 6th, natural log of x, all over 6, minus 1/6, the antiderivative of x to the 5th dx. Hold on, I know I'm out of the frame, but give me a second, please. Do you see that? Okay, so these two chunks of information are the same. Notice what I've done. I pulled out a 1, 6. Okay, fairly common for me to do that. Pull out the coefficient. And notice you have 6 x's on the top, 1 at the bottom. I left that as x to the 5th power. All right, let's keep going. So this equals x to the 6th natural log of x all over 6 minus 1 over 6. Now let's get to it. This is where things get interesting. We can find that antiderivative. It's just a power rule antiderivative. This is x to the 6th power over 6 plus c. We're outside of the antiderivative. We don't need that notation anymore. We did what it told us to do. All right, folks, we are almost there. All right, one more simplification and we're there. Okay, so this equals x to the 6th natural log of x all over 6 minus x to the 6th over 36 plus c. And we're done. That's all of it. Okay?